What happens when loyalty shatters in the most famous family on television? What do you say when the people you trusted most, your sister's best friend and the father of your child, become the source of your deepest heartbreak? On a night that would forever alter the Kardashian-Jenner empire, Khloé Kardashian found herself standing at the crossroads of love, betrayal, and blood ties. The air inside the hidden Calabasas estate felt heavy, thick with the scent of anxiety and the sting of unanswered questions. Khloé's heart pounded as she prepared to confront Kylie Jenner, her youngest sister, over the Tristan Thompson and Jordyn Woods scandal, a betrayal that would echo through their lives and the world that watched them. Cameras might have captured smiles, but behind the lens, reality was far darker than any scripted show could ever reveal. I remember that night vividly. The house was quiet, eerily so. Normally, the Jenner mansion hummed with laughter, music, and the clinking of crystal glasses, but tonight there was only silence. A silence that screamed louder than any argument could. Khloé's SUV pulled into the long driveway, headlights slicing through the darkness as if exposing secrets buried in the shadows. Inside, Kylie sat curled on the edge of a cream-colored sofa, her face illuminated by the soft glow of a single lamp. The world knew Kylie as a billionaire beauty mogul, a woman of poise and power. But tonight, she was a sister, caught between two people she loved. And Khloé, her big sister, was a storm waiting to break. The betrayal that brought them here was the kind of scandal that didn't just make headlines, it set the internet on fire. Tristan Thompson, NBA star and Khloé's on-again, off-again partner, had been caught in a web of rumors before, but this time was different. This time, the alleged betrayal involved Jordyn Woods, Kylie's best friend, her ride-or-die since childhood, the girl who shared closets, secrets, and dreams. Jordyn wasn't just another face in the Kardashian orbit. She was family. To the millions watching from the outside, the Tristan and Jordyn story was messy gossip. But to Khloé, it was an open wound. To Kylie, it was the destruction of a sisterhood she once believed was unbreakable. Khloé entered the room, her presence commanding, her energy sharp enough to cut through the tension. "Kylie," she began, her voice low but trembling with restrained fury, "we need to talk about Tristan and Jordyn." The words hung in the air like smoke, impossible to ignore. Kylie looked up, her eyes glossy with unshed tears. For a moment, time seemed to stop. There were no paparazzi, no reality TV producers, just two sisters trapped in a nightmare of betrayal. The room felt small, shrinking with every breath as Khloé's emotions swirled between anger, grief, and disbelief. As a witness to this confrontation, I could feel the weight of every unspoken thought. Khloé's mind raced with memories of Tristan's broken promises, of nights spent defending him, of sacrifices made for love. She thought of her daughter, True, the innocent child who would one day learn the truth about her father's choices. Every heartbeat reminded her of the humiliation splashed across headlines and social media feeds. But beyond the rage was something deeper, a need for answers. How could Jordyn do this? Khloé asked, her voice breaking. And how could you, Kylie, not have known? Kylie flinched, her fingers tightening around the edge of a velvet cushion. "Khloé, I swear I didn't know," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "Jordyn didn't tell me anything. I found out with the rest of the world." Her words trembled with sincerity, but sincerity wasn't enough to soothe the storm. Khloé paced the room, each step echoing like a drumbeat of betrayal. "She was your best friend," Khloé said sharply. "She was in our homes, around our children, and she was with him. Do you understand how that feels? To be blindsided by someone we trusted?" The room smelled faintly of roses from a vase on the table, but even the delicate fragrance felt out of place in the midst of such raw emotion. Kylie's eyes darted to the floor as she searched for words, but there were no easy answers. Jordyn Woods had been like a sister to her, a constant presence in a world of chaos. Now, That bond lay in ruins, collateral damage in a scandal that would forever change their family dynamic. Outside, the California night stretched endlessly, stars scattered across a velvet sky, indifferent to the chaos below. Inside, the sisters grappled with the impossible, how to stay united when trust had been obliterated. Khloé's voice softened for a moment, the anger giving way to heartbreak. Do you know what it's like to see the man you love, the father of your child, betray you in front of the entire world? And to know that the person who helped him was someone we called family? Her words cracked under the weight of pain. Kylie's tears finally spilled over, glistening in the soft light. I don't know how to fix this, she admitted. I feel like I'm losing Jordyn and you at the same time. I never wanted any of this. The honesty in her voice cut through the tension like a blade. It wasn't just Khloé who had been betrayed. Kylie, too, was a victim of the Tristan and Jordyn Woods scandal, forced to choose between loyalty to her sister and the friendship that had defined her youth. The confrontation stretched into the early hours of the morning. Words became confessions, confessions became silence. Khloé spoke of sleepless nights, of relentless paparazzi, of the humiliation that came with living life under a microscope. Kylie spoke of memories with Jordyn, sleepovers, inside jokes, the quiet comfort of a friend who knew her better than anyone else. Each story was a reminder of what had been lost, and of the fragile ties that still held them together. As I watched, it became clear that this wasn't just about Tristan and Jordyn. This was about family, about the complicated, messy, beautiful bond that makes the Kardashians more than just celebrities. Khloé's confrontation with Kylie was a reckoning, a moment where love and loyalty collided with betrayal and heartbreak. It was a reminder that behind the glamour and the headlines, these women were human. They bled, they cried, they forgave. When Khloé finally stood to leave, the night had begun to fade into dawn. The first light of morning crept through the curtains, casting a soft glow on the sisters' tear-streaked faces. There was no resolution, no neat ending. The betrayal of Tristan and Jordyn Woods would not be forgotten overnight, but there was something unspoken in the way Khloé looked at Kylie, a silent promise that, despite everything, family would remain. As the door closed behind Khloé, I could still feel the echo of their words lingering in the air. The Tristan and Jordyn scandal had broken hearts and tested loyalties, but it had also revealed the unyielding strength of sisterhood. In the end, Khloé's confrontation wasn't just about betrayal. It was about survival. It was about reclaiming power in a world eager to watch them fall. And as the sun rose over Calabasas, one thing was clear. The Kardashian-Jenner family, fractured though it may be, would find a way to rise again. Because in this family, no scandal, no betrayal, and no man could ever truly break the bond of blood.